recognize the honourable member from Edmonton Strathcona.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today during question period, the member from Miramichi Grand Lakes used extraordinarily unparliamentary language. It was slanderous. And Mr. Speaker, I bring this up to your attention because it is not the first time that this member has spoken in that manner. He has used hateful language throughout question period multiple times this week. Today he said a very slanderous thing that I can say with all certainty is a slander because it was directed at me. So the idea that the New Democratic Party and myself would not condemn in the strongest possible terms the terrorist attack by Hamas is absolutely slanderous. The fact that we have called for a ceasefire and the Conservatives refuse to call for that is something very...
I'm going to ask some. I see another member from St. Catharines rising on the same point of order. I'll ask the member to be very brief and to the point. The honourable member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to confirm that I did hear that from the member for Miramichi Grand Lake. When questioned on it by a member on that side, he said he was here for the facts. Mr. Speaker, I think in this place we can be parliamentary. Accusing another member of supporting a terrorist organization in this country is way out of line, Mr. Speaker, and I hope you look into this.
All right. I thank the honourable member from St. Catharines for raising this issue. I see that the member from Miramichi Grand Lake would like to get up, and I do hope the member will be brief and succinct. The honourable member from Miramichi Grand Lake.
Mr. Speaker, can I ask what is the exact thing I'm being accused of? That's unclear to me. Yeah, I need to know the exact words, and then I'll talk. Give me the...
I'm going to ask members for their patience for a second. Colleagues, I am not inclined to repeat unparliamentary language in this House. I will review the tapes, or if the honourable member from Miramichi Grand Island would like to get up, I'd be happy to recognize him. The honourable member from Miramichi Grand Island? Grand Lake, excuse me.
All right. Mr. Speaker, I'll gladly rise. I still haven't been told completely what it is. No, I'm going somewhere with this. I can tell you. Can I talk? I can't hear.
He said the truth.
I ask all members to please allow the honourable member from Miramichi Grand Lake to respond. Can I ask all members, please, for order? Honourable member from Miramichi Grand Lake.
Thank you. Number one, I directed nothing at the member that spoke over here in the corner. Nothing at all. And my exact words, and I know the NDP is not going to like it, I said they were Hamas supporters, and they are.
Colleagues, we are not doing ourselves any favors as members of Parliament in terms of if there's been use of unparliamentary language, especially if it's directed to an individual. It's clearly unparliamentary. To make statements which create disorder in the House is also unparliamentary. The Speaker is going to take this matter and review the tapes and return to the House. Ready to rule on a point of order raised on November 23rd, 2023 by the member for Edmonton Strathcona concerning language used by the member for Miramichi Grand Lake. In her intervention, the member for Edmonton Strathcona alleged that the member for Miramichi Grand Lake had repeatedly used unparliamentary language in characterizing her and her party's position on the situation in Gaza. In response, the member for Miramichi Grand Lake acknowledged having called members of the New Democratic Party, and I quote, Hamas supporters, repeating the statement into the record. I should point out that there was an extended and, I might add, disorderly back and forth when the point of order was raised.
In House of Commons Procedure and Practice, 3rd edition, at page 623, it says, quote, the proceedings of the House are based on a long-standing tradition of respect for the integrity of all members. Thus, the use of offensive, provocative, or threatening language in the House is strictly forbidden. Personal attacks, insults, and obscenities are not in order, unquote.
Further down at page 624, it says, quote, in dealing with unparliamentary language, the Speaker takes into account the tone, manner, and intention of the member speaking, the person to whom the words at issue were directed, the degree of provocation, and most important, whether or not the remarks created disorder in the chamber, unquote.
In a ruling on March 29, 2022, found at page 3739 of the debates, the Deputy Speaker stated, quote, the use of inflammatory and provocative statements is contrary to the respect owed to all members. Accordingly, the Chair reminds members to be mindful of the language they use in debate with respect to their colleagues in order to maintain proper civility and respect in our proceedings, unquote.
Et de respect. Fin de la citation. To quote the Chair's statement of October 18, 2023, found at pages 17,591 to 17,592 of the debates, quote, we have in the past had members likening colleagues to Mussolini or calling each other racist or shouting obscenities. Latitude in expressing one's point of view will be given, but questionable language and unnecessarily provocative statements will no longer be tolerated. End of quote. Clearly, it is disruptive and disrespectful to associate other members with a terrorist organization. As a result, I have concluded that the words used by the member for Miramichi Grand Lake were unparliamentary.
In a ruling on a similar matter, my predecessor set forth the Chair's expectation of what must follow to bring resolution to the matter. He stated on May 8, 2023, at page 14,090 of debates, quote, to be quite clear, any remarks that the Chair deems unparliamentary will be required to be withdrawn immediately and accompanied by a full and proper apology. If a member refuses to comply, the Chair will cease to recognize them until further notice, unquote.
In consequence, in accordance with my statement from October 18, 2023, the member will not be recognized by the Chair until such time as he apologizes in writing to the Speaker. In conclusion, while reviewing the proceedings of last Thursday, November 23, I noted that there were other words and phrases that were used, while perhaps not strictly parliamentary, certainly do not contribute to the level of decorum that we all desire. I therefore strongly encourage members from all sides to choose their words judiciously and avoid provocative interventions. I thank all members for their attention. I would invite their cooperation in raising the level of decorum in this place by not engaging in the kinds of comparisons or associations we have heard.